Hey, welcome to my channel. Like and subscribe. Cool. Alright, so today we're going to be discussing something that I never really looked into before, but I seen it and popped up, and I thought I would talk about it since it might be a little bit interesting. In this role playing in a sexual manner, where partners assume different scenarios. Sexual role-playing is a consensual activity where partners assume different characters in an imagery scenario during sex to explore fantasies and novelties to enhance their sex lives. It can range from simple scenarios to elaborate costumes. Now, some of the benefits of role-playing is novelty and excitement. It breaks routine and it introduces a newness that can replenish or rekindle passion in a long-term relationship, or even a new relationship for that matter. Sorry if I sound a little bit weird, I'm kind of going through a cold. Now there's exploration and self-discovery as well. It provides a safe place to explore personal desires and kinks that one might hesitate to discuss in any other scenario. So while role-playing, you can kind of like bring up other things that you might want to, and then it has to be consensual, of course. So before, while role-playing, just make sure that you kind of like discuss what you want to do beforehand to make sure that both parties are consensual to the things that you are thinking about doing. It also can enhance communication and intimacy to discuss fantasies and boundaries, and it can provide a deeper emotional connection. And it can also increase confidence by acting or reacting, acting or enacting different scenarios can improve communication, and it can provide a deeper intimacy because you're kind of connecting in a way that you probably wouldn't if you wouldn't be engaging in these activities. And it could increase confidence, and it could be empowering by role-playing certain things. Because when you get into a character, you tend to be able to express yourself and maybe be a little bit more wild, or a little bit kinkier than usual, or something like that. It kind of brings out another part of you, kind of like an actor acting a role. They become that character that they're acting, which is someone that's different than who they really are. But with that said, consent is a big thing, as I mentioned before, and what that means is that if you're going to be acting out some sort of character or some sort of scenario, you have to make sure that your partner is consenting to that kind of behavior, whether or not, just in case if it's like a character scenario that's a little bit more aggressive or something like that, you just want to make sure that they're comfortable and perfectly okay with that level of intimacy or that kind of role play. Now, what kind of scenarios would you perhaps be interested in doing in role play? Like, what do you do? If you have no ideas, like, what can we possibly role play? Well, some ideas might be certain scenarios might involve a power dynamic or a forbidden situation that might include doctor-patient, teacher-student, which is forbidden, right? Now, of course, when you say teacher-student, you're probably, I'm talking about, like college, university, not high school. Could also be a boss or an employee, or a police officer and a subject. You're a police officer and you're arresting someone and handcuffing them, and because they're being naughty. It's part of role playing. Or guard and prisoner, which would be pretty similar to a police officer and a criminal that you would be arresting, which would be your partner, of course. It could be a masseuse and a client. It could be a home delivery person. Your significant other could be dressed up in a UPS or Amazon delivery personnel that delivers a package, and you're invited inside and things happen. For example, that would be a scenario or an idea for a role play. And for role playing, what some people do is that they would rent a hotel room, and one other person would be an escort, right? And then you would rent the room, then you would invite the person, which is your partner, into the hotel room for an escort, and you have an interaction in the hotel room, which would be, you'll be role-playing that situation, which is actually a pretty cool thing. If you're looking for something to do that's outside of the house, that's a great way to do something other than your usual bedroom, kitchen, etc. Now, for like the safety of the role-playing, there are some things to consider. It requires open communication and mutual respect. Both parties have to be consenting adults into it and such, but that goes back into the consenting thing that we talked about earlier. But of course, both partners, before that you start the role playing, you should discuss the boundaries and the consent beforehand, before you even begin the role play. So it shouldn't really be an issue, because you're probably going to plan everything out beforehand, unless there is some type of improvisation along the way. And if the roleplay is going to have some kind of force or extreme physical, if the roleplay is aggressive, make sure that you have a safe word put in place, so that if they start to feel uncomfortable, if it just becomes too much, they can say the safe word and then everything will stop. So that's an important aspect of it as well, that you should not ignore and should be integrated in your discussion of everything you were going to plan to do in the role play in itself, pretty much. And you can also ease into it and just start with maybe dirty talk, flirtation, stuff like that, to kind of ease into it and get comfortable with the situation. If it's something that you're particularly not really sure if you're into it and you're just trying it out, that's a kind of like a good way to do it. And then aftercare is also kind of important. And aftercare is talking about after the fact, making sure everything's okay, if you enjoy the experience, and both parties were both into it, or that both parties, everything went according to plan. So yeah, and I also have a Patreon if you're interested. There's full nudity, and there's a whole bunch of videos. It's $10 a month if you're interested in seeing my videos on Patreon with full frontal nudity. Again, check it out. So I hope to catch you in the comments. See you later.